The dollar is being crushed. Last year, under the watch of Donald Trump, the dollar was one of the worst performing currencies in the world. And this is not an exaggeration. Just take a look at the numbers. It seems like the dollar is about to become a worthless piece of paper. And this is very dangerous because it's going to impact your paycheck, your savings, and your future. So in this video, let's try to figure out why Donald Trump has crushed the dollar last year and what is his plan moving forward here in 2026. So if you're ready, give this video a thumbs up and let's get right into it. After the US dollar, the euro is the global reserve currency. It represents about 20 to 30% of the global reserves. And against the euro, the dollar lost about 12.6% of its value just last year alone. And this graph is catastrophic for the US dollar. Even if you take the dollar and you compare it against a bunch of other currencies, including the Chinese currency, the Japanese, and other major currencies, the dollar lost about 10% of its value just last year alone. So if this trend is going to continue moving forward in 2026 and the currency is going to lose another 10% of its value, just imagine how catastrophic it's going to be for the US dollar. And the dollar is the global reserve currency. Hundreds of central banks all across the globe are holding a lot of US dollars. This is the international currency that everybody holds and everybody is using to trade globally. Even if you compare it, for example, to a currency like the Chinese yuan. Now, China has a tradition to devalue their currency consistently to ensure that their exports are price competitive. So we know that China does that all the time. So even if you compare the dollar against the Chinese yuan, you can see that last year alone, it lost about 5% of its value. So anything that you bring from China from now onwards is going to be at least 5% more expensive. And this is just the beginning. Imagine what is going to happen if the dollar is going to lose 20% of its value. And it was one of the major reasons why last year gold prices dramatically rose from about $2,600 to as much as $4,400. This is one of the biggest jumps in gold prices in recent history. So a lot of people are not understanding. They're like, oh, gold is one of the best investments recently. Gold prices are simply a reflection of how much the US dollar lost its value. So even though that the dollar lost about 10 to 12% of its value against major currencies, the real devaluation was about 30 to 40%. Other countries are also actively devaluing their currency because nobody wants to have a strong currency against the dollar. It is going to become a lot more difficult to do business with the United States, especially with all these tariffs. Now, exporting to the United States has already become much more expensive. And now if you're having a weaker dollar, then how are you supposed to do business with the United States? How are you supposed to export anything to the United States? So how is that going to impact the average American? Well, overall, if you look at the facts, the average American is going to get a lot poorer just because the dollars lost a lot of their value. So imagine you've been saving a lot of money and that money was laying somewhere in your bank account and you're planning now to spend that money. You saved that money, let's say 2 years ago. Now those dollars can buy a lot less things. And I want to ask you a very simple question. If you worked super hard and earned that money 2 years ago, but today you can buy a lot less things with those dollars, do you think you got poorer or you got richer? So it's a very simple, straightforward, direct question. Secondly, expensive imports. If you look at the US, the United States is an import-driven economy, which means that the United States imports a lot of things from overseas. United States imports about $3 to $3.5 trillion every single year. These are the numbers for 2023. So if you look at the numbers for 2025, that number is about $3.5 or $3.7 trillion. And primarily, most imports are either from China, Mexico, and the rest of the world. Imagine for a moment that $1 US equals 1 Chinese yuan, and you bring a smartphone from China And hypothetically, that smartphone cost 1 Chinese yuan to manufacture in China. You bring it to the United States and it costs $1. Now, if we devalue the dollar by 50%, 1 Chinese yuan now will equal $2. So if the exact same smartphone still costs 1 Chinese yuan in China and you bring it to the United States, just because you devalued the currency by 50%, now it is going to cost $2 in the US, because now 1 Chinese yuan equals to $2. Everything that you import from China, Mexico, European Union, Japan, the rest of the world, is going to become much more expensive. The real question at the end of the day is, why Trump wants to crush the dollar? Isn't he the president of the United States? Doesn't he want to make the United States great again? Wasn't that his slogan when he was running for the president? The United States has the largest trade deficit in the world. So the United States imports approximately around $1 trillion worth more of assets than it exports to the rest of the world. And when you're importing more, you're moving wealth outside the United States. When China exports more to the United States than it imports from the United States, now China has a claim on wealth over the United States. So more dollars moving outside the United States to China. Chinese companies often take that money and buy the US treasuries. Now the United States owes money to China plus interest. And that's how the United States ended up with the largest debt in the world, about $40 trillion. And the US pays hundreds of billions and right now trillions of dollars in interest payments. So if you want to fix the trade balance between your country and other nations, then you have to reduce the trade deficit. Then you have to tell other people that we are going to make it much more expensive to bring your stuff to the United States, so people will stop buying those things, which means that the trade deficit between our countries is going to diminish over time. The second advantage of having a weaker currency is that it is going to make it much cheaper to manufacture in the United States. Now, since importing from our overseas to the US is much more expensive, it means that exporting from the US just became a bit more cheaper. Hiring an American worker just became a bit more cheaper. Remember, when Trump was running for office, his main slogan was that we will bring manufacturing back to the United States. We don't manufacture anything any longer in the US. So if you want to do that, you need to lower down the value of your currency so that businesses will find it attractive to hire an American worker. Now, since late 1990s, the dollar has been strengthening every single year, and it became one of the strongest currencies in the world. And that made it extremely difficult for even American companies to hire Americans to manufacture things in the United States. But if we devalue the currency, suddenly it makes economic sense to manufacture in the US. Thirdly, it will boost exports. Remember when Trump was constantly saying that we buy so much things from the European Union and they don't buy anything from us? And he said this pretty much with Mexico, China, and every other country, and that's why he imposed so much tariffs on those countries. So if you want those countries to buy more from the US, what do? You devalue your currency. And finally, it is much easier to pay your debt. Since the dollar in the past was much more stronger than it's today, and you borrowed that money, let's say 5 years ago when the dollar was stronger, and now you weakened the dollar, the real value of all that debt that you have borrowed in the past just became a lot less. So it's much easier to pay those debts. Every country at different stages of their economic cycle either strengthened their currency or weakens their currency in order to meet their economic objective. Now take China. China, over the last 40 years, since it became an export-driven economy, they realized the fact that if we want to continue growing our economy, we have to continue exporting. But when you're exporting far more than you're importing, guess what happens to your currency? Suddenly your currency becomes extremely strong. You're exporting, people buying your goods. So the demand for your currency strengthens dramatically, which means that now your currency became extremely strong. Now exporting becomes much more expensive. So what do? You artificially bring down the value of your currency. I mean, even if you go back to 2014 and 15, the United States labeled China as a currency manipulator. that it artificially manipulates the value of its currency to keep its exports much more competitive. This is not the first time that the United States is suddenly devaluing the currency. The US has a history of devaluing the dollar consistently. Let's go back to the Great Depression, 1944, when FDR was the president. In the middle of the Great Depression, FDR tells the Americans that now we have a gold standard and a single ounce of gold will cost about $20. But it's illegal to own gold privately, so everybody has to come and submit and exchange his gold for the US dollars today. That's what happens all across America. Next year, in 1934, FDR devalues the dollar by 41%. So now the price of gold is no longer $20, but it jumps to $35. The second best example is 1971 when Nixon detached the dollar from gold. There wasn't a specific goal to devalue the currency, but when your currency is attached to gold and backed directly by gold, and then the next morning you tell the world that the US dollar is no longer being backed by gold, people lose faith in the US dollar, so they will suddenly start selling all of their dollars. The price of gold increased from $35 an ounce to $325 an ounce. The dollar basically lost 90% of its value instantly. The next major devaluation happened less than 15 years later in 1985 when Reagan was president. So the dollar became extremely strong and the United States was losing the export war against Japan. Japan was a dominant power back in the days. It was growing so rapidly, so fast that it started exporting to the United States and driving American car companies out of business. And the United States couldn't compete because the dollar was incredibly strong. So Reagan decided to simply devalue the dollar to make American exports much more expensive. He got all major economies into one room and decided that we are going to devalue the dollar. And the dollar lost 30% of its value instantly. Gold prices rose from $325 to $450. And it was one of the main reasons that crushed the Japanese economy, because Japan heavily relied on exporting to the United States. But because now the US dollar is much weaker compared to the Japanese yen, Japanese exports became much more expensive in the United States and Japan started losing market share in the US. So the fact that Donald Trump is devaluing the dollar is absolutely nothing new. The US economy is the strongest economy in the world. First of all, it's a consumer-driven economy. So the United States doesn't actually need the rest of the world to keep growing its economy. Unlike China that needs to continuously export to ensure their GDP growth. So the US economy keeps growing and growing and growing, and the US dollar becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. But at some point, the US dollar becomes so strong that doing business in the United States or manufacturing anything in the United States simply becomes unattractive. And that's why the United States time to time devalues the dollar to ensure that the US economy continues to grow. So what can we expect moving forward to 2026? I won't be surprised that Donald Trump will continue weakening the dollar because he wants, while he's president, a lot of manufacturing to come back to the United States so that he can say, I told you I will bring manufacturing back, and I did all of that. So you can expect your savings to lose more their value. You can expect your paycheck to become a lot less valuable by the end of 2026. And the only way that you can save yourself is not to keep your money in US dollars, but ensure that you're keeping your dollars in valuable assets that rise alongside as the dollar loses its value. For example, gold is a really great investment. But gold is not by far the best investment. There are far better investments in the market. Yes, gold can rise by 30 or 40% in a single year when there is massive devaluation, but some of the stocks in the market rise by hundreds of percentages every single year. And that's why the top 10% of Americans own 90% of the entire stock market. So if you want to start investing and you want a proven investing strategy that will guarantee you financial freedom, then check out the first link in the description of this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.